Hello everybody, and welcome to one of my new segments that I'll be doing. It's episode 1 of A Mouthful of Rabs. You that know me from explicitgamer.com will be familiar with my other podcast, Rabs Rants. But just on the side now, I'm going to be doing some shorter audio-video reviews for the site. That site again is www.explicitgamer.com, and my first game is going to be Mass Effect 2. I'm going to do these reviews spoiler-free, so I won't go into any details about the characters or the story. I don't want to ruin it for anybody because Mass Effect 2 is really all about the journey and the story. The first thing you'll notice when you boot up Mass Effect 2 is the extremely improved graphical style. The first game had a lot of frame rate issues, some jaggies and some pop-in. Mass Effect 2 is just crystal clear, and you can see that they did a major overhaul over the graphical system, and it really shows. It just pops and it just looks amazing while you're playing it. The second thing you'll probably notice is the controls are a lot better. This is just like a Gears of War third-person shooter now. Cover-based system, team-based, it totally is a tactical third-person shooter now, which is great because the last system they used in Mass Effect 1 was really lacking, since most of it was dice rolls, and sometimes you'd aim for somebody's head and you'd totally miss. In this game, every headshot equals 1 kill. So one of the really special things about Mass Effect 2 is you're able to import your character from Mass Effect 1, and BioWare really was showing that off to the public and making a big deal out of it. And I'm going to say, it really is amazing. I played Mass Effect 1 3 times all the way through, and you can see all the different decisions that are shaping Mass Effect 2, and you can even see them foreshadowing decisions you made in Mass Effect 1 for Mass Effect 3. I've never quite seen a system implicated like this into a game before, and I find it really, really special and interesting. I've really grown accustomed to my Shepard character, and I really couldn't think of playing through it with any other pre-made character, since I've put so much time in with my character from Mass Effect 1 and 2, and it really is an amazing, amazing achievement, and I absolutely can't wait to see all my decisions in Mass Effect 3 come to light after playing Mass Effect 2. The way that you import your character is really an amazing, amazing opening to the game, so I don't want to go into any details of it, but it is quite the spectacle. And it really is an elegant solution for the problem of being able to respec your character and customize them to the way you want to play. Just in case you didn't like every single thing about your class from the first one, you can change it all around, and for the sake of the story and plot, it really does make sense, and it was a really great idea of the way that they did it. So like any good RPG, most of the missions are quest-like in some sort of structure, but one of the really great things about Mass Effect 2 is it really goes off the beaten path, and instead of doing stupid fetch quests that you'll see in most RPGs, i.e. collecting, defending, huge boss battles to get loot, all of the missions in Mass Effect 2 are really about the characters, and BioWare has done a very good job of crafting very, very intelligent, interesting characters for all your NPCs in the game. I don't think I've ever grown so attached to characters in the game before, and I'd be really hard-pressed to think of characters in a movie or book that I feel the same way about the characters in Mass Effect 2. They did a great job in developing them all, and plus because of the danger that all of your characters are in, anything can happen. You can die, characters can die, and it doesn't go back. Once they're dead, they're dead. They're not going to be in the next one. So it really gives every decision you make a lot of weight. And I have to say, plenty of times in this game I had to pause the game and walk away for a few minutes and think about really the choices that I wanted to make. And I've never quite felt that way about an RPG before. One complaint I have heard on the internet and through podcasts and stuff is people saying that because they've taken out the inventory system, which was terrible in the first game, and they've simplified the weapons and simplified the upgrades, that this is no longer an RPG. Well, I have to disagree with those people because I find while I'm playing Mass Effect, I actually am role-playing. I am role-playing more than I ever have in any game before. And just because I'm not collecting loot all the time, that doesn't make it any less of an RPG for me. I didn't even miss the loot a little tiny bit because I was too engrossed in the characters and the stories and the journey that I was going through. So that about wraps up my review. I tried to keep it vague so I didn't ruin it for anybody, but I'll tell you guys one thing. This game has taken me places where I've never gone with any other piece of interactive media, and long after I'd beaten the game after 32 hours, I was thinking about it for days after. It really did have a profound effect on me and showed me that you can truly tell a story very, very well through an interactive media like video games, just as much as a book and just as much as a movie. And that's the lesson I walked away from after playing Mass Effect 2. As far as value goes, you can't go wrong. It's a huge game that has very great replay value with all the different decisions you can make. I'd recommend anyone who is interested in video games at all to buy this game, because it is probably one of the finest games I've ever played in my life.
I'm gathering specialists for a mission. It's not going to be easy. The chances of surviving are slim.
Thanks for listening. This has been episode 1 of A Mouthful of Rabs. I am your host, Dirty Rabs. If you like what you hear, go to www.explicitgamer.com and you can find all my podcasts and join a great community of gamers. Peace.